Hey friends, it's Miss Hoffman. Today we are going to do a drawing that is inspired by Earth Day. Every year in April we celebrate Earth Day, where we are celebrating taking care of the earth. We plant trees, we plant flowers, we remember to recycle, we remember to conserve water and our natural resources. And so since Earth Day is this week, I thought it might be fun to do an Earth Day drawing. So what we have here, we have a drawing and it looks like the earth is shaped like a heart, and we have the sun and the moon in the sky, and the earth is holding flowers and trees just as a little picture to help us remember to protect our planet. So I'm going to start off just this cute little, not very realistic cartoon drawing, but we're going to start off with the flower band that goes across the forehead of our little cartoon earth here. And that's pretty easy. It looks really detailed, but it's pretty easy. What you do to start is you start off by drawing a little circle. And remember, I'm doing this with marker, but we've discussed a lot that your process should be pencil first. Then if you want to have these cartoon outlines for a lot of the cartoon drawings that we've been doing, then outline with black marker and then color in. But I'm doing straight with black marker so you can see what I'm doing. So you start off with a little circle for the center of your flowers that are going to go on this headband. And then you just do loop, 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 loop all around. And those are like tiny, skinny rainbow arches. So I'm going to spread over a little bit and do another one. Circle, tall, skinny rainbow arch, tall, skinny rainbow arch, tall, skinny rainbow arch. And I'm going to continue to do that in a radial fashion, which means around in a circle going towards the middle to make a flower. Circle, radial fashion around, tall, skinny rainbow arch, tall, skinny rainbow arch, tall, skinny rainbow arch, all the way around. And maybe one more. Now, to make the leaves that go across the forehead of our little cartoon heart earth, we're going to go curve out, point, curve back in. And these can go in any direction to kind of make this feel like a little flower wreath around the earth's head. Remember, not a realistic drawing. Realism means it looks real. So if we were going to do a realistic drawing of the earth, we would want to make sure to really look at pictures of the earth, try to look at pictures of the earth from satellites, really pay attention to where the continents are, really pay attention to where things are located and get it just right. But since this is a cartoon and not realistic, this is not a realistic picture, it's okay to have some little fun things like the flower wreath, turn the earth into a heart, make it look like a cartoon, and the continents don't have to be exactly in the right location. All right, so I just kind of made like a little flower wreath that would go across the head. Then I can go back in and add details to these leaves if I want and put little lines inside each one. What I did on these right here is I went through and just put a little line on each one. And then you can do this with crayon or color pencil or whatever you have, but I took a light green marker and colored in some of these leaves and a medium green marker to color in some of these leaves just to add a little bit of contrast from leaf to leaf so they don't all look the same. All right, next we're going to draw the earth and we're going to make it a heart shape. Now, if you wanted to make your earth a circle shape, that would be completely fine. You would just draw the top portion of the circle right here, kind of like a rainbow arch, and the bottom portion of the circle, kind of like a U shape, and that would be okay. I just thought it would be fun to do a heart shape for the earth. Remember to love our planet on Earth Day. So what I'm doing is I'm going to draw the top portion of the heart. And a top portion of the heart is like a big letter M. Just like that. And the bottom portion of a heart is like a letter V. So I'm going to kind of decide where it would come out. So if I was going to draw an imaginary line right there, it would probably come out like this. And come out like this. And it doesn't have to be the exact same shape as Miss Hoffman's heart. It doesn't have to be the exact same shape as Miss Hoffman's heart. This one over here is a little bit smaller, and that's okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the face, because remember, this is a cartoon. We're going to have a little face on our earth. I'm going to draw an eye here and an eye here, kind of low on the face. Eye here, eye here. I'm going to put a little light reflection up at the top. Since this is a cartoon, I can do little fancy details. Give a little mouth. And then for the arms, I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm going to do little lines right here coming out. I might even do some little rosy cheeks, just because I think that's fun. And then I'm going to draw a line coming this way and a line coming this way. Just circle hands to keep it simple. Remember, you can always add more details and get more fancy. In this hand, I'm going to draw a flower. So I'm going to draw a stem up. Like this. Circle. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Just like I did for the ones on the flower headband. In this hand, I'm going to draw a tree. Now, we've learned how to draw trees in class, but just in case you forgot, typically I do 2 lines up, letter Y. We call these the letter Y trees. Bring it back in. And this is when you can add all your sticks and twigs. And if you want to draw a more detailed tree, that is completely okay, but this is just an easy one to do. You start off with like a bubble letter Y. Then we can draw roots. Maybe even a little mound of dirt that it's attached to. I left my tree bare on this one, but you could then go back in, since we learned how to draw little leaf shapes for her head, for her headband. You can draw little leaf shapes on the tree. Color those in green, give it a little bit more Earth Day greenness. Now, next step is we're going to add in the continents. Now, they do not have to look exactly like you were looking at a map, okay? Don't tell your geography teachers, okay? But we're not going to have to make them look exactly like a map, because remember, this is a little abstract because it's a cartoon. It doesn't look real. So we want it to be able to tell what is the water and what is the land, though, because we want it to have that earth look. So I'm going to start off by just kind of drawing an organic shape right there. Organic means natural looking shape. So it's not going to look like a perfect little circle or square, okay? And then maybe make it come up. And then past the headband, extend and make an organic shape up here. We're going to want another organic shape up here. Remember, if you want to get out a map, this might be a good time to practice drawing continents. But you can just make it abstract organic shapes. And it's going to give that feel of earth and water. You would color those in green, like I've done here, and color in the background blue, like I've done here, to give it a water and earth look for our planet Earth. Next, to add some little cloud details. So add some little rainbow arch cloud details here and there. Look like clouds floating around the earth. And next we're going to want the sun and the moon. To do the moon, I just did a simple circle, and if you have a hard time drawing a circle, remember in class sometimes we look around and find bottoms of paint bottles, or if you say that you need help drawing a circle, I look around and find a cup. You can find the bottom of something, a jar or bottle or something in your house that you can trace if you have a hard time drawing a perfect circle. Then I'm going to draw little circles for the eyes, like that. Do the little light reflections. We wanted to give it that little pop of light reflecting off the eye. Then I'm just going to give it a little smiley face. Maybe a little tongue in there. And I could color that in black. And then I'm going to do some craters on the moon just by doing some circles on the moon. And you can see when I colored this in, I colored the polka dots light gray with a crayon and then the background darker gray with a marker, just to give it a little bit of contrast between the light and the dark values, value being light and dark of the same color. So I had a light value of a gray and a dark value of gray so that they will stand out. And now we're going to do this little sun up here. I didn't leave a lot of room on this one for the sun, so this sun might be a little smaller than the one in my example. Maybe have to overlap the earth. Miss Hoffman wasn't thinking about leaving a lot of room. So what I did is I did a circle, and then I'm going to go out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. And you could do just stripes. You know how sometimes we draw stripes and lines to do sunbeams, and that would be completely okay too. Now I'm going to do the eyes, circle, circle, and then do 2 little circles to do the light reflections. Light shining off those eyes. Do a little smile. Make it cute and cartoony, maybe little rosy cheeks, and then we have the sun. So in our picture, we have the sun, the moon, and the earth, and here's a finished picture. Now you don't have to color yours just like mine, but here's an example of what it could look like. I have the blue and the green for the earth, which is what you would want to do. You could make your flower band any color you wanted. The sun should be colored in warm colors. You know the warm colors are red, orange, and yellow, so you want the sun to look hot. The moon should be in gray or neutral tones. And then we have flowers and plants and trees in the hand, just as a little reminder to protect our planet and celebrate Earth Day. I hope you had fun with this. If you make one of these, feel free to email it to me. I would love to see it. My email address is included on the special boards for most of the schools, or